Hello, happy Tuesday. You're probably thinking to yourself, who is this fresh new face on Paperboy? Or if you follow FTM Transtastic and or uppercase Chase, you will probably recognize me as Chase's much more attractive and intelligent roommate. No, I'm kidding. I'm really just the roommate with the zero video skills, so I hope you'll bear with me there. So my name is Ash. I live in Montreal, Canada. I'm a grad student. I study particle physics. Nerd alert. I play a lot of board games, obviously. And I guess that's really about all you need to know about me so far. We'll just take this relationship one step at a time, shall we? We'll just ease into it. Today's topic is favorite transition-related moments. So my gut reaction to this topic was to kind of talk about my top surgery. Because I had top surgery almost exactly a year ago, like just over a year ago. And that was obviously a defining moment in my transition. But I feel like that's kind of the obvious answer. So I'm actually going to steer my answer away from that and kind of talk about something that I think will be maybe a little bit different from everybody else. So what I'm actually going to talk about is my first year at the Philly Trans Health Conference. My first year was Philly Trans Health Conference 2014, so 2 years ago. This will be my third year going. So my first year at the conference was kind of a big deal for me because it was really the first time that I felt like I was part of the community, the trans community. So it was really a big defining moment for me because I come from Prince Edward Island. It's not a very progressive big city by any stretch of the imagination. So being at the Trans Health Conference was really like an eye-opening experience for me. And legit, when we left, like at the end of that conference, I was so sad to leave. Like, I'm embarrassed to admit how devastated I was to come home after those 4 days of just bliss. Like, coming home to like regular cis-normative society afterwards was actually heart-wrenching. Like, I can't even tell you how devastating that was to me. I actually traveled there all alone. I flew from Prince Edward Island, where I'm from, all the way to Philadelphia alone. I actually used my RBC points to get there because, you know, I'm like a broke student. And I stayed at the hostel, which was really cheap. It was only $30 a night. So, you know, if you're looking to stay, but you're like worried about costs and stuff like that, I'm just saying, like, accommodation-wise, like, there are some cheap options. So staying at the hostel was really a phenomenal way to meet people and make friends, especially since I was there all alone. And then I also met a lot of people at the actual conference. So, and I made an effort to go to a talk like for every slot. So before I went to the conference, I actually made a schedule of all of the things that I wanted to go to, all the discussions, all the panels, everything. And I went to something at every hour. And that was a really awesome time. Like, I just took away so many things and I met people like at each of the panels, and it was really awesome. And then just the atmosphere of being there too. Even simple things like just having gender-neutral bathrooms was really empowering for me the first year in particular. Like, coming from a little secluded town where nobody knows a thing about trans people, like, it was just really cool to be in a space where like that is a thing that we acknowledge. Because I had just started hormones, I felt really awkward. I wasn't sure which bathroom I should be using because I still wasn't really sure what to do and I didn't know how I felt. And so that was really cool to just not have to worry about that for a few days. You know, it was just really, really nice having a space where all these things were taken into consideration. Like, it was a space like designed for our community, and it was, you know, a place for us to all come together and be comfortable. So all these things had been thought of, had been taken care of. We had the gender neutral bathrooms and, you know, all these different talks geared for us. There was all these sessions with surgeons where I got to learn about like the different surgeons that were out there and the kind of work that they did, and there was a lot of different panels and stuff like that. And then there's always just the little social scene outside of the conference as well. I met up with some people at the Hard Rock Cafe and stuff like that. It was just a really good time just hanging out with these people who I had just met, and yet it felt like we had been friends forever, and like because we related to each other so well. Like, I had never had a group of friends that I really was able to relate to on that kind of level before, and that was all new to me, and it was just a really, really cool experience. Meeting people at the Trans Health Conference just felt like a family that I'd been missing out on. Like, I had found my family, I found my community, and it was just a really awesome time, and I do not regret it for a second. That's where I met Chase. I met my future roommate, and it was just so worth it. I'm so glad I decided to just bite the bullet. I just decided, like, you know what? I never do like sporadic things like this. I'm such a like secluded nerd. I just need to go out into the world and like do a cool thing. Like, I just need to go and do the thing, do the cool thing, and then I'll have a cool story. And it was really awesome, and it was an amazing time. And if you're at all thinking about going, you should really, really try to make it if you can afford it, and make the plans and work around it to go, you should really go. Like I said, I stayed at the hostel. It was really cheap. It was like $30 a night. And yeah, it was just an amazing time, like just going around and seeing what kind of vendors were there, seeing all these talks and meeting all these surgeons and meeting all these friends and really cool people. And yeah, I just made some friends from all over, and I took a lot from it, and it was just a really empowering experience, and I just felt really good the whole weekend. Like, it was just a really nice weekend, and I just felt like this is it. This is the community. I know other trans people now. Like, I know what this is all about. I can discuss with other people and share experiences, and I feel like I'm not alone anymore. And we didn't even have to talk about trans things. Like, just knowing that these people had similar experiences, it was just something that we could talk about casually and nobody was awkward about it, you know? So needless to say, I've been back every year since, and now it's a tradition. So I went again last year, I'm going again this year. So if any of you are going to the Philly Trans Health Conference 2016, obviously I will be there. I will see you. Wave me down, say hello, don't be shy. So there you have it. That's kind of my favorite transition related moment. It was my moment of welcoming into the trans community. It was really an eye-opening experience. It was informative, it was empowering, it was a really fun, amazing time, and I will remember it forever. Like, literally, that is like on my list of most memorable experiences that I will always hold with me, like, close into my heart. So, not to go all cheesy on you, but like, legit, for real, it was like really amazing. So if you're going this year, I will see you next month. So in the meantime, have a great week. I will be back next week, so stay tuned for that, and check out the other guys' videos as well, obviously. And thank you to everybody else on the channel, by the way, for making room for me. This is really cool. It's nice to be here. I hope that I can stick around a while. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.